everybody wants to know how Jimmy became an actor. Now, I'm not like a big time actor. I'm not like this famous actor and all that shit. I book gigs every now and then. I put work into it. But this is the story about how I got started in that. So everybody usually wants to know. Now, I had taken acting class for 2 years in high school, always got an A, always did good in presentations. I did 2 years of radio. I volunteered for a radio show. When I was in college, I did radio. And then I did stand up. So in high school, I started doing stand up comedy. I kept doing teaching because my dad was like, well, you want to keep up with your stand up, so you might as well teach because you're basically going to be public speaking that whole time. So I ended up doing teaching and stand-up comedy and radio and acting class and all that stuff. And my whole life, people were like, "Dude, you're really funny. You're hilarious. Yeah, yeah, you should be an actor." Yeah, I'm like, "All right, yeah, whatever, dude." Like to me, that was like never gonna happen. So, anyways, so here we are. It's like, dude, I don't remember what month it was. It was like fucking September or some shit like that. And I'm at a business meeting. At this time, I had worked for a corporate company and for treatment. So right now I work with addicts. And at the time I was doing that, but I was with like a corporate company. I have my own company now where I go in and do groups. But before I was doing business development, so I was helping people find treatment or whatever. And I'm in this business meeting, and they were interviewing for the show Hot Ones. So Hot Ones had a game show, and I'm sitting there while these two guys are interviewing for Hot Ones, and I'm just like watching them, like, dude, these guys suck, bro. Like, these guys suck. I should be fucking doing that. Why am I not doing that? And I'm watching them do it, and I just see how much they suck, and they ended up getting on the game show and winning, so they must not have sucked as much as I thought they did. But anyways, I'm watching them, like, really fucking frustrated and bitter with myself, because, like, how did they get this gig? So in the meeting, I end up going to Google and typing in, like, Hot Ones game show, and it brings me to this website. And right underneath that is an audition that day for this TV show pilot or whatever. And I'm like, looking at it, researching it, and I'm like, dude, if I were to leave right now, I would get there, 30 minutes late. So I figured if I leave right now, I could get there 30 minutes late. And I'm like looking around the table, and I'm at work, and they're doing their fucking meeting, and I'm like, this is stupid. And every single time that somebody told me I should be an actor, I'm funny, was just going through my fucking brain, dude. And I just stood up. Like, it was like intuition. Like, God had like something inside of me had like reached in and was like, get the fuck up and go, dude. So I just stood up. Didn't say a word, didn't give any explanation as to why I was going or where I was going. I just walked out, hopped into my Ford Focus, 2006 Ford Focus, and just started driving. I'm driving like, what the fuck am I doing, dude? Like, this is fucking crazy, dude. Like, I'm going to an audition right now. Like, this is fucking insane. That's what I'm thinking. Finally, I get there, and I walk in, and there's like plaques on the wall, and like I'm like, at this point I'm literally sitting there. I haven't talked to anybody. I'm just fucking like sitting there. I asked some guy like, hey, I'm here for the audition, like, where do I go? He said, go into that room. So I'm in that room, and I'm just fucking sitting there. And at this point I'm like bouncing up and down, like, dude, honestly, like, I'm just happy I made it here. Like, even if I don't fucking do anything, like, just the fact that I put in that effort, like, I believed in myself so much that I'm just fucking going. Like, the fact that I did that was so impressive to me. Like to prove that to myself, it was like huge, dude. So I'm just excited to fucking be there. Next thing I know, this fucking guy walks out, and he's like, hey, can I help you? I'm like, I stand up, fucking shake his hand, look him in the eye. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Jimmy. I'm fucking here for the audition, dude. He's like, dude, auditions closed 2 hours ago. So I was not a half hour late. I was 2 hours late. And I look at the guy and go, yeah, so you gonna let me audition or no? Should I like, can I audition or no? And he was like shocked that I wasn't like, oh, okay, and like turn around. And he was like, give me a second. So he goes inside to this fucking room and he comes back outside and with some lady, and the lady like looks at me and like up and downs me and is like, who are you here to audition for? And I'm like, I'm here to audition for Frank. So I was there to audition for the business development guy or whatever, because I was like, that's what I'm doing now. But she looked me up and down and thought that I'd be a better fit for this Dan guy. So I've been reviewing these lines and stuff like that for this one character. I get there, they say, yeah, we're gonna let you audition, but you're gonna have one shot to audition for this other person. So they fucking bring me in and they hand me these lines, and I'm like, they're like, just read these over and then get started. So I'm like, yeah, sure. So I'm like reading them over and mad nervous. And 30 seconds of when I walk in, dude, when I walk in, the whole place is black, dude. Like everything is black, just like you would imagine, like a backstage. You know what I mean? Everything's just like black and dark, and there's tables lined up in front of me, and there's people on the other side of the table, and they're all like looking at me, like waiting for me to perform, like some fucking dancing monkey or whatever, dude. And I'm like, this is fucking nuts, dude. I can't believe I'm auditioning right now. The fact that I'm like, I was just happy being there. Now they're letting me audition. Like, I'm like, this is fucking insane. So the guy I was auditioning for was a 40 to 60-year-old alcoholic from Boston, arguably the best mechanic in the shop that I was, or whatever. So I'm like, I got this in the fucking bag, bro. This is what I do. That's me, dude, right? So I end up going ahead, doing the audition, and they just go, yeah, so if you could come back at 4, we're going to do, what they call it? They said we're going to do chemistry readings. So, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like, what's that? What's a chemistry reading? And I couldn't believe I got it, dude. So I'm like excited. I'm like, what is it? And they look at me like, you don't know what a chemistry reading is, dude? Come on, man. And they look at me like, it's when you act with another actor. And I'm like, oh, yeah, totally. So I fucking leave. I basically left being like, no take back seats. You said what you said, I'm out. And I leave. And I am like, fuck yeah. Oh my. I can't scream right now because my daughter's in the other room sleeping. It's fucking 7:30 in the morning on Halloween 2020 fucking 1, and my daughter's in the other room, and I'm all jacked up on caffeine. Like, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna go do this real quick. It should take 20 minutes. She won't be up, but I can't scream. So I was screaming. I was screaming my fucking ass off, and I was calling people, and I couldn't believe it. And I go to this pizza place, and I'm eating pizza, and I'm fucking doing my work, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking sick. And I'm like reading, and I get there. Dude, I get back, tons of people are there, dude. There's so many people, bro. And everybody's like, how now, brown cow? How now, brown? They're all like acting like it's literally what I imagined an audition scene being. Like, just how I imagined it, like backstage. And this lady's coming out, she's like, okay, Frank 1, Frank 2, Frank 3, Frank 4, Frank 5, all the Franks are going to go in there. Remember your number, we're going to call you in one at a time, and then we're going to get back to you. So that's how they're doing it. They're like calling everybody by number, and everybody knows each other, and like, they're all like, yo, good to see you, dude. And then they're like, hey, yo, I can't believe you didn't get that thing. Yeah, bro, well, I'll get it next time. And the guy who did, is a really good actor, and blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? So then then like people start auditioning, and what they're doing is like they'd audition the people, then they'd bring them all out. The ones who didn't get it would all be brought outside, told they didn't get it, and leave. So it gets all the way down to my character, and there's like me and four other guys auditioning for my character. And I'm like chopping it up with people, so I'm like talking with people and stuff, and they're like telling me, oh wow, I'm like, dude, I've never. They're like, oh, what have you been in? And I'm like, dude, I've never done this. I've never done this. And they're showing me their clips of shows that they're in that I watch. I'm like, dude, I watch that. You're in that fucking show. And he's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, dude, that's fucking crazy, dude. I like that show. So I can't believe that like I'm competing with actors who like have agents and they're like in shows and they're telling me, dude, don't worry about it. If you don't get this one, keep doing it, bro. Just keep doing it. I'm like, dude, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, man, open-minded, right? Then the lady comes out and says, hey, we're going to have you guys read different lines or whatever. So all of a sudden, the actors, the other people I'm auditioning with, switch up real quick, and they're not as friendly anymore. And they take their fucking paper and they like run into like a little corner, and they're how now brown cowing, and they're how now brown cowing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, honestly, I don't give a fuck. Like, I can't even fucking believe I'm here. So I'm just gonna read it over, give it the best I got, and see what the fuck happens. So everybody goes, then I'm the last one to go. And when I go in, same gig, black room, everybody's in there, and there's this other guy there. It happens, I end up building a really, really intimate relationship, like good relationship with this dude. He becomes a really close friend of mine, and this is the first time I meet him. And we're sitting there, and me and him are acting together, and then they have me I crushed the acting scene. So the acting scene, I killed it, dude. And then the next one was, they said, okay, can you do an improv scene? So then I did an improv scene, and I didn't think I did good on the improv scene, so I go back out, and all the other actors come around me like, bro, how'd it go? Yeah, I'm like, dude, I did all right when I read it, but like, I don't think I did good on the improv scene. And they're all like, improv scene? You did an improv scene? I'm like, yeah, you guys didn't do the improv scene? And then they called me in. And the lady came on and was like, Dan number 4 or 5 or whatever, come back in. And I'm looking at him, I just go, oh shit! And I fucking turn around and I go in there and I'm like, what's up? They're like, congratulations, you got the part. I'm like, yeah, I fucking did! Yeah! I'm like, fucking super. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's get started. And they come up to me. Dude, funny story. So this is a backstory. Back in when I was doing stand-up comedy, everybody was telling me I had to come up with a stage name. Mostly my dad's friends. They're like, dude, you got to come up with a stage name. Nobody has their real name, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I was listening to a lot of Jimi Hendrix and Neil Diamond, so I came up with the stage name Jimi Diamond. And I was just fucking around with it as an idea of that. But then I decided that I was going to make a porn site called Jimbo's Bimbos with my friends and my roommates in college that we never got stuck with on. But my porn name was going to be Jimi Diamond for Jimbo's Bimbos. And long story short, it was just like a name that I kept, and I used it just to fuck around. And I was a school teacher, so I used Jimi Diamond so that people wouldn't look me up and find me as a school teacher and know that I was into actual like crazy shit, doing heroin and crazy shit like that. So Jimi Diamond just like stuck with me. And then when I got into recovery, people knew me as Jimi Diamond because that was my Facebook name, and I never told them my last name. It was just everybody assumed my last name was Jimi Diamond. So dude, by the time I get into this fucking audition and I nail it, and the lady comes up to me and said, hey, congratulations, what's your stage name? I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Jimi Diamond, write that down, dude. Write down Jimi Diamond. And they wrote it down, and that is my we'd be doing table reads, bro, for this fucking gig, and they're just like, and Jimi Diamond, who's Jimi Diamond? I'm like, what's up, Jimi Diamond? Over here, dude. And they're like, the great stage name. Everybody loves the Jimi Diamond stage name, bro. So, anyways, got the fucking gig. And I ended up getting it. I told them what I do. I'm like, dude, I fucking. They're like, so who's your agent? I'm like, I don't fucking do this. And they took advantage of me when I told them I didn't do it. They paid me real low, but I didn't give a fuck, dude. It was great exposure. Got me to meet a lot of really good people. I got a bunch of good gigs. Started going to acting class. Met that guy. He started teaching me the ins and outs of writing and acting. And now I get a gig every like quarter, dude. Then we went on set. We ended up doing table reads, going on set. Being on set was crazy. Having fun with the acting thing. Just did a commercial, dude. But, long story short, that is the story. Oh, so then we end up doing the acting thing, like filming the whole show. I'm on cloud nine, dude. Can't believe it. And I end up, like, me and one of the actors, he's out there at Warner Brothers doing TV shows right now in California, dude, crushing it. And me and him are driving home in my Ford Focus, just like super excited for the future, dude. And I'm like, we're gonna fucking be awesome. We're gonna be the best, blah, blah, blah. And we end up fucking the next day, I get let go from that job, dude. So the job that I walked out of, I ended up getting let go from. And I went to my pregnant girlfriend of 3 months at the time and said, so I got let go. I'm gonna become an actor, or I'm going to open my own business. And she did not like those ideas. And at that point, I ended up opening the next day. I had the opportunity to run groups. By the end of the month, I opened Attainable Dreams. And since then, I've been doing that and a little bit of acting. So, bro, I can't even fucking, like, just from a feeling. I just had a feeling and I just like went with it. And I did that same thing with cigarette smoking, dude. Like, when I quit smoking cigarettes, I just had a feeling like now's the time, dude. And when I avoid that feeling, sometimes it takes me years to get back to it, dude. Like, if I never got up and walked out of that fucking meeting and made it there, none of the people I met, none of those opportunities would have ever occurred. And I would still be wondering how to get there when I had the opportunity. The feeling was there. And then it would have just been gone. And I would have been sitting around waiting for the feeling when I've actually felt it before, not thinking that I have it. And that same thing happened to me with cigarettes. I remember, like, when I finally quit smoking cigarettes, I said, yo, I could quit right now. And I was like, but this is a feeling that I'm waiting for. And I've always waited for it. But this is what it feels like. This isn't what I would think the feeling of having the desire to quit at any fucking given second would feel like. But, that's it, So, and from that, all that came, and I don't know what the future's going to hold, but I'm seeing a bright future for acting, as far as just having fun and enjoying it and going to acting class and helping other people have fun and find their passion and find what they enjoy. So that's my story of how I got into acting. If you want deeper stories on anything, or there's something more you want to know about, drop it in the comment section below. Make sure you give me a like, a subscribe, and a follow. And yeah, dude, I appreciate you guys. So look me up, Jimi Diamond, on IMDb, the International Movie Database. You can buy my book, available on Amazon, Poppy Seed Poetry. And you can also follow me on Facebook at Attainable Dreams LLC. And yeah, that's it. I hope you have a great day. Happy Halloween, everybody.